Yeah? And so it is very important that we think about the future of our country. And finally, as we focus about that future, I have said we must believe in ourselves, we must believe in our country, and we must be patriotic. And as been said here, integrity must be the benchmark of our engagements. We must be honest, brutally honest with ourselves. I will give you an example. We are a country that believes we are a robustly democratic country. When I went to the G7, among the issues that was in conversation was artificial intelligence and how it's going to power the future, and how social media is going to, it continues to affect society positively and negatively. And Kenya, for your information, is number one in the whole world in the use of social media. Number? It is said that every Kenyan, or on average, Kenyans spend 4 hours and a few minutes every day you know? And all the stuff in there, you know what is in that social media story, you know? But even with all that, we are still surging forward. We're still moving forward. And it is very important, therefore, for us to think about, I have said, the education of our country, the security of our country. It is very important. You've had reflections by some people here who have told us about Khartoum. Khartoum was a beautiful city 3 years ago. Today it is rubble. And the world is moving on. The rest of the world is moving on. They have destroyed their country, but the rest of the world is moving on. People are trying to help, we're trying to do whatever we can do. So, we must secure our country. I have been following the debate, you know. We had the demonstrations, democratic, constitutional, legal. But we also have criminals and thugs and characters who destroy people's property, steal from people, burn down buildings. And you know, we are unable to make a decision. You know, you find people who've come to town, they've destroyed, burned down shops, destroyed people's property. And, you know, the conversation is, please, you know, these are our children. You know, these are our children, so we must listen to them, which is okay. You know, yes, must listen to them. We continue. Some people arrested, you know, with criminality, taken to court. They're given a bond of 200 shillings. They live there, you know, because they're our children. Then they go on. They now go to political rallies. And then we have goons. And then I don't know whether we want to say again, these are our children. The goons. So, you know, we really need to have a candid conversation about criminality, the rule of law, security of our nation. It cannot be the case. There cannot be any defense for criminality. There cannot be any defense for breaking the law. I am very happy that the last time there was an attempt for criminality in town and we stopped it. Many Kenyans agreed that no, it's now time for us to say no to people who want to ban our property. And that is going to be the future. I am very, it's now clear that everybody, every sector of our society, the business leaders, religious leaders, political leaders, have all agreed that having lawlessness, goons and all these other characters, criminals, should be stopped. Now that we have a consensus, our security agencies must do their job. Within the law, they must do their job, and they must stop criminality. That is how we are going to secure Kenya's future. Even as we discuss this future of our nation in the context of what we are saying. So we will go through this report, and in a short while, I will then propose a way forward on how this report can now, ignite a national conversation for all of us. No political parties, no religious. I'm saying no divisions. We're not. It's not going to be about members of this or that. It's going to be about all of us, all political parties involved, all sectors of our society involved, all professional groups, civil society groups, religious organizations, business people, political parties, all Kenyans from all walks of life should be able to participate in a conversation about the future of our country and how we are going to secure it beyond the competition of political administrations that will come and go, but our goal must remain the same. That is what other countries have done, and that is why they are way ahead of us. And so we must move together. Once again, I thank Professor Hino, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, Professor Michael here, Professor Karuti Kanyinga,